Back again, people. It is your boy LFC Plavi here. It is a Liverpool win. It is a clean sheet. And it is no losses in 5 games. This is what we're talking about. This is what we're all waiting for. For Liverpool to put together a run of form where there are no losses. For me, I wasn't even pushing for wins. I wasn't even ready to expect Liverpool to win games. All I was expecting is to keep clean sheets and get some draws here and there. I heard people over the past few weeks talking about the fact that we haven't lost a game since West Ham, but the fact that we haven't won, for example, against Sunderland and against Leeds United is not good enough. But guys, let's not compare this current Liverpool team with last season or previous iterations of Liverpool teams. Let's compare this Liverpool team with this season, the performances that we've seen this season, and it hasn't been good enough. So if you see how bad the team has played over the first 10 to 12 weeks of the season, and you get 3 games in a row where Liverpool haven't lost, for me, that was an improvement. I saw signs of improvement. No matter what you think about the level of Sunderland or Leeds United, of course, they are at a lower level compared to where Liverpool wants to be. But currently, I said earlier on in some of my videos, Liverpool don't have difficult games. We don't have easy games. We just have games. And we need to make sure we don't lose games. That's it. That is all that we needed to do. I think at the beginning of the season, the team paid too much attention to trying to blow teams away because we thought that we have a good attack. Individually, the players are good enough to get us the wins and to get us over the line in terms of in games. Even if we concede 1 or 2 goals, we always thought that we had the chance to win games. So we didn't really pay a lot of attention to grinding results. And one of the interviews the manager granted right at the beginning of the season was that after Bournemouth lost against us 4-2, Carragher was questioning the manager about why we were still attacking and trying to be too open, even though we were leading by 2-0. And the manager said that this is Liverpool. We need to attack. We need to keep attacking. But I'm sure right now, if you ask Arne Slot that same question again, he will tell you that the most important thing for Liverpool right now is not to concede goals. Because that is what I've seen in our last 5 games. We go into the game making sure that we keep it tight at the back. And once we do that, we know we have the attacking players who will take advantage of the space in behind. So we invite teams to come on to us. I think it is a deliberate ploy by the manager and his backroom staff to take Liverpool's weakness or the strength of the opponent away from them. You give them the ball, allow them to attack, and we know that we can stay solid. We can prevent teams from getting chances. And once we win the ball back, we have the players to exploit the space. Today we had some very excellent performances. Let me start with Hugo Ekitike. He was absolutely fantastic. He played well in terms of holding the ball up, helping us to get out of the back whenever we were under pressure. We played the ball out to him. He was mostly our out ball, and he held up the ball very well. He tried to hold it and not lose it. I think that was his main goal, not to lose the ball. And then once we get players up the field, he releases it, and we just keep flowing in our attack. He got a couple of chances that I think he could have done a little bit better. He got 2 goals, so we can't complain too much. But at the same time, I think there's more room for improvement. There's more room for improvement. I want Hugo to become a killer, no matter what is going on in the game, no matter which level of the game we are, whether we are leading, we are drawing, or we are losing. I want him to be a killer and finish off chances like crazy. And I think there's room for improvement. I would also talk about Florian Wirtz. I was seeing some improvements in Wirtz in terms of how he held up the play. He held off people when they were trying to nick the ball off him in the midfield. He, I think he's adjusting. He's adjusting. He's getting much, much better in terms of how aware he is about his environment, because previously people were nicking balls off him, behind him. He wasn't really paying attention to the space that he had around him. So it was very easy for him to get bullied. But today, I think he played much better. He won some duels in the midfield. He helped the team in winning some second balls here and there, and that was good. His contribution to the team in terms of moving the ball out from the back was excellent. Whenever he dropped deep to receive the ball, he was able to progress it. He was able to help us to move up the field, get out of our half and enter into Brighton's half. So that was excellent. The only thing that I would say on Florian Wirtz is his final third decision making. I think today he had a couple of opportunities to make crucial decisions that will get us a goal. And the decision making wasn't quite right. I wasn't too sure what he was trying to do, because in certain moments you expect him to pass the ball forward quicker. He doesn't. And he kind of holds it and passes it backwards. In other situations, you want him to maintain possession and recycle the ball, pass it back so that we can build the attack once again. But he tries to force it and he loses it. I think there was one right on the edge of the penalty area of Brighton. Liverpool had a corner, and I think I don't know if I can't remember if it was a cross or it was after the corner there was something happened and the ball got to him, but he messed it up and they got a counter attack on our goal. But I think that ball, he could have just received it and moved it backwards so that we can recycle it. He was trying to give a forward pass, even though there was no forward pass on. He was closed down quite quickly, so he should have moved the ball back. And those are some of the things that I think he still needs to work on. There is still a lot of room for improvement. What I'm really looking forward to seeing is his final third decision making improving much more. In the middle, when he drops deep, he's okay. In this particular game, I was so much impressed with that side of his game. But getting into the final third, I think he can do more. He can definitely do more. And if you don't know and you want me to repeat it, or you want me to tell you, there are no issues with Salah. Nobody wants him out of the team. He said something at the time that he thought was what was going on. That was his feeling. He actually said it in the interview that is how he feels, but it was a wrong feeling. Clearly, nobody wants him out of the team. The manager said it prior to this game in his pre-match press conference that he has no reason to want Salah out of the team, and it is clear. Today, Joe Gomez got injured in the 25th minute in the first half. He was taken off and Salah was brought in. And he had his game. I think he played well. He played much better than he has played in his previous games, his last maybe 3 or 4 games. This was his best performance, even though after giving the assist, he had multiple opportunities to make a mark, stamp his feet in this game, and really show us why he deserves to start week in, week out. Because he missed some chances. There were some passes, final passes that didn't really go well. And that tells everyone, if you watch this game, that Salah is not back to his best. He's not at his best this season. He hasn't been. So if he's on the bench, I think he himself should understand that right now, currently, based on his current form, he can't be starting all the games. He can't be playing 90 minutes throughout every game. Besides, he's going to AFCON. So from now till maybe beginning of January, we might not have him around. Even into the middle of January, if Egypt progresses to the final of the AFCON. So nobody wants him out of the team. His teammate wants him to do well. They are behind him. And nothing has happened. As I said earlier on, right after we heard news of his interview, I said we shouldn't overanalyze this issue. The media tried to overanalyze it. Certain sections of opposing fans tried to overanalyze it and try and draw so many conclusions that weren't really there. It was just an interview. It happens. And I think now the team has moved on. And kudos to Anna Slot for how he handled the whole situation. Kudos to Richard Hughes as well. If he wants to leave in January, so be it. I think he's played his part in this Liverpool team. He's paid his dues. He's a legend of the club. That is not going to change. If he wants to leave in January, for me, I'm okay with this. If he stays to the end of the season and wants to leave, I'm okay with it. If he wants to see his contract, his 2-year contract through to the end of the next season, I am okay with that. Nobody wants anybody out of the team. We just want Liverpool to win. We are on the same side. Salah wants Liverpool to win. Liverpool fans want Liverpool to win. Anna Slot wants Liverpool to win. Richard Hughes wants Liverpool to win. It's a win-win situation for everybody if Liverpool keeps on winning. No matter who plays, really. If Salah doesn't play and we win, we win. We all win together. So I think that is the issue with Salah. And today, I really like the way we defended. Another person I want to make some shout-outs to is Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones has really played well in the last 2 games, especially. And the reason why I want to highlight Curtis Jones is that he's become the master of unexpected decision making. The way, the kind of decisions you expect him to make, he doesn't. And by surprising me, the viewer, he also ends up surprising the opponent, and they don't really know what to expect from him. So that surprise package that he brings to our team in terms of coming back into the defensive line, receiving the ball and helping us progress the ball is excellent. He also helps us to keep the possession, keep recycling the ball, prevent the opponent from getting the ball in dangerous areas. And his forward passes, he doesn't do that too much, the forward passes, but once in a while when he does it, it looks absolutely magnificent. He passes the ball and takes out about 3 or 4 players of the opponent in the midfield, and we have open space to attack. So kudos to Curtis Jones. He's been absolutely excellent. The only thing that remains is his consistency. Is he going to continue this run of form for the next few weeks that we have ahead of us? That is what we expect from him. He needs to keep giving us these performances on a weekly basis, every 3 days. That is what is expected of a Liverpool player at this level, because this is the level that we are playing. In terms of the rest of the season so far, for me, Liverpool is still not back to any kind of previous best. I think we are getting there, and we should keep making small steps in getting there. It is 2 clean sheets in a row. I expect us to get 1 more clean sheet. That is when I'll be able to say that Liverpool are absolutely back. In our next game, I expect us to keep a clean sheet. For me, it is all about keeping clean sheet. If we keep clean sheets, the chances of winning the game is 99.9% if we're able to keep a clean sheet. I don't see this Liverpool team playing a goalless draw. And so if we prevent the opponent from getting a goal against us, we are about almost 100% sure that we are going to get a goal. Because look at the attack. You have Hugo Ekitike. You have Mohamed Salah. You have Florian Wirtz. You have Isak. So all these kind of players, they thrive on space. So you don't want to pin the opponent back like we were doing previously. We're trying to pin opponents back and breaking them down the hard way. That is not what we should be doing, because this attack that we have, they thrive on space. They are not really good at scoring when it is too tight in the box. And so if you pin teams back, they put a lot more players in the box. It becomes too tight. There is no space to shoot. Shots get blocked, and so on and so forth. And so I think this approach, the 4-4-2 approach that we've been playing, and today I also give kudos to Kerkes. He's been under pressure a lot of times for some of his decision making, his performances, the panic decisions that he's been making, and today he was excellent. He was so solid at the back on that left hand side. So kudos to Kirkes for that, because if he doesn't do well, we come here and we say a whole lot of things and criticize him. Now, a lot of people have said, what was the plan for this Liverpool team for buying all these players? For me, I think the plan was clear, because some have said that they don't see what the plan was, and it looked like we didn't have any plan. We just went out there, bought players, high profile players for big money, and we didn't really have any plan for how we want to use them. For me, I think the plan that we had was we wanted to blow teams away. But the reality and the truth of the matter is that in the Premier League, you don't get to blow teams away. It is very, very hard to blow teams away on a weekly basis. Rather, what happens is that in the Premier League, you need to grind out the results. And so the fact that we came into the season with that naive mentality that we are going to blow teams away with our attack backfired in our faces. And right now, Slot has reverted back to grinding out the results. And I think it is a change in approach that is helping us to get back to some sort of consistent form of not losing games. So we need to get back to that. We need to continue that, grinding out the results, no matter what. Make sure you don't concede. Make sure you don't give away easy chances. Keep the ball and keep it moving. If we can allow and bait the opponent to come onto us and exploit the space behind them, we are always going to be favorites to win every single match. It is the right time for us to be getting back to some sort of form, because we are still in December. We haven't hit the new year yet, and I was expecting that we will start getting some results in the new year. The fact that we've started now in 5 games, having not lost, is good. It means that we might be getting back to some sort of top level performance right at the beginning of next year. And I think that bodes very, very well for the rest of the season. In terms of achievement this season, I think we can still win a trophy, if not the title, the Premier League title. For me, the Premier League title is gone. But in terms of winning something this season, I think Anna Slot is going to win something this season. And so the way we were talking previously about how Liverpool were playing and the results, it wasn't all doom and gloom. There is still something to play for this season. There is still a lot to play for. So let's go for it. In this particular game, I like the fact that we didn't really dominate the game totally, but in the fine margins where it mattered most, in both boxes, we dominated both boxes. And that is what won us the game. If you look at the ball possession, Liverpool had 50% ball possession, and Brighton also had 50. Expected goals, Liverpool had actually a lower expected goals compared to Brighton. Liverpool had 1.82, Brighton got 1.96. Total shots, Liverpool had 18, Brighton had 14. But the shots on target, we absolutely dominated. We had 4 shots on target to Brighton's 1. The big chances were level for both teams, 3 big chances each. So if you really look at this particular game, just like Slot was saying previously in some of our games that we were losing, even though we're playing well, it came down to fine margins. So in this particular game, it was down to fine margins. We've won 2-0, and you might think that we dominated the game just by watching it. The eye test might deceive you and say maybe we dominated it a lot more than the numbers say. But if you really look at the chances that Brighton got and some of the plays that they were able to generate, the attacking plays, you could see that it wasn't such a dominant performance. But the most important thing is that we did not concede. You saw players who were determined not to concede a goal today. We saw from Gravenberch winning headers in the penalty box. Konate defending as if his life depended on it. So those are some of the things that we needed to get back. We didn't have that. The passion and the grit, the desire to defend, it wasn't there. And I think now we are getting back to that. We are not there yet. We need to keep that going. In terms of the accurate passes, it was almost the same. Actually, we got the same amount of accurate passes, 446 for Liverpool, 446 for Brighton. So it was a very balanced game, right? I want us to look at something here. One thing that I highlighted during our poor run of form was duels. We weren't winning in our duels. We were struggling to win second balls. We were struggling to win third balls and so on, even though Van Dijk and Konate were winning most of the first balls. In terms of the duels today, Liverpool won 71 duels as against 36 of Brighton. So you can see that sometimes it is all about grit, grinding it out. And that is what we did today. We grinded out the result. We played with heart. We fought for the win. Ground duels won. Liverpool won 53 ground duels, which is 65% of our ground duels. Brighton won only 28 ground duels, which is 35% of their ground duels. So it means that in terms of the duels, we dominated every single metric when it came to the duels. Aerial duels, we won 69% of our aerial duels. Brighton won only 31%. Successful dribbles, we won 72%. Brighton only got 33%. So in terms of defending and 1v1 situations, individual players winning their duels, we absolutely dominated that. And for me, that is where the game was won. So this Premier League is all about grinding results. It's about earning the right to play, earning the right to win, earning the right to become a contender. And this season, we haven't earned the right. I said it at the beginning of the season that the fact that we won the league last season doesn't give us any right to go on and win this season. It doesn't. It has never been the case. You need to earn the right. We didn't earn it in the first few weeks. Now we are trying to get back to that level where we are showing that we deserve to win games because we are working hard for it. And kudos to the players, kudos to the manager for still getting these players on side. Now we know that he hasn't lost the dressing room, like some people were suggesting. He hasn't lost the dressing room. The players are behind him. They believe in the manager. And so what can we do as fans? We can only support them as they try to get the results that Liverpool need. It is a win, and it's absolutely fantastic to win again. Thank you very much for watching. You never walk alone. Take care.